Starting from the network setup screen, if I select the device control menu item and then scroll down to hybrid geolocation, I have the hybrid geolocation screen. On this screen here I can see that I have 3 sites that are available to me. One of them is in green, where the diagnostics are good, and then I have 2 sites that are showing bad diagnostics. I understand why the diagnostics are bad, so for this particular demonstration I don't particularly care, and I'm going to go ahead and use those sites. I can select which site to use by selecting a check mark in this box here. In this particular case I have all 3 sites selected. So when I request a hybrid geolocation, I'm going to see a direction finding measurement coming from this site almost as soon as I press the button, shortly followed by TDOA measurements, which give me a fixed point at this point here. You can see I have a fairly small error ellipse in this particular example. If I zoom in, I can see that I have an error of about 83 meters, which is fairly typical for this particular site. If I zoom back out again, I can see that my distance from my measurement site to my target is about 30 kilometers. So I'm about 80 meters in 30 kilometers error, which is pretty small. If I go ahead and deselect one of these sites and again request a hybrid geolocation, in this particular case I won't have multiple TDOA measurements. I will only have one between this site and this site because this site has been deselected. In this particular case here you can see my error ellipse is a little bit larger because I'm now relying on my liner bearing and my TDOA measurement only. If I then select this site and deselect this site, you can see this site is now opaque, this site is now filled in, and if I again request a geolocation, or a hybrid geolocation, I'm sorry, you can see that I have a liner bearing coming through this side here, and then I would expect to see an isochrone coming from this side here. If I zoom in, you can now see that I have an error on the order of 300 meters in this particular case. If I now go to Bing Hybrid, and I zoom in on the arrow, I will be able to see that this is actually the tower here. If I turn off the fix, it becomes a little bit more apparent that this is the actual transmit tower for this particular FM station.